And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 2. Our next at 3.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Jeremy. Lovely show. The cat that swallowed a rat whole tomorrow. Superb. Well, not really. Today, Monday, 18th of December. It is 2017 and live till 5. It's the big show. Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello. Happy Christmas.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. Now playing everywhere.
Nobody knows the trouble you feel. Nobody cares. The feeling is real. Johnny, we're sorry. Won't you come on home? We're worried. Won't you come on? What is wrong in my life that I must get drunk every night? Johnny, we're sorry. You was born with the heart of mom. She's missing you badly, missing her son. Who do you know? Where will you stay? Big city life, it's not what they say. Johnny, we're sorry. Won't you come on home? We're worried. Won't you come on? What is wrong in my life that I must get drunk every night? Johnny, we're sorry. You better go. Everything's cold. Can't find a room. Mine is all blown. Nowhere to sleep. Out in the cold. Nothing to eat. Nowhere to go. Johnny, we're sorry. Won't you come on home? We're worried. Won't you come on? What is wrong in my life?
2:07 in Great Britain. This is BBC Radio 2 and it's Steve Wright in the afternoon. How you doing? Hope you had a nice weekend. Fine young cannibals, Johnny, come home. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk through the afternoon, text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. I love all the Christmas films that are on telly at the moment, don't you? They're just lovely. So, hands up for Mo Farah, BBC Sports Personality of the Year. Mo, I can't hear you. What'd you say? Hands up for the ultimate Christmas party with Rick Astley at Coco in Camden with Chris Evans, Tim Smith, Steve Wright and others tonight. Yeah. See you there. And hands up for more Christmas shopping until you get it right. You got me what? I've already got one. We're just choosing a few one-minute carols for you for today and for the rest of the week. You're going to enjoy them. What about Once in Royal today? Have we got that? Anthony says yes. I love that. Once in Royal. I used to be in the choir. That was New Order.
88 to 91 FM.
Blue Monday, 1988.
BBC Radio.
Jeremy Vinyl loved that.
This is very important, people. I looked at some Botticellis the other day. Some of them had gowns, fake nudes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Hey, hey.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, ooh, na. He didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't with that. No one forever in a minute. That's on my night. And Papa says he got Milo in him. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh na 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 na. Havana, ooh, na na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na na na. All of my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana, Havana, ooh, na na. I knew I was there when I read the sign. Welcome to the U. I know it was him when he hugged from behind. It gets me every time. I used to put in work, but it's in the streets. He said, girl, can you? And this is the part that my daddy told me. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like ooh. And then I had to tell him I had to go. Oh na 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 na. Havana, ooh, na na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na na na. All of my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back to my Havana, ooh, na na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na na.
Well, dry with a lot of sunshine across southern England and Wales. Coldest for northern England and southern Scotland, where temperatures may not get above 2 or 3, it says. High of 10, though, in Stornoway. I don't understand that. Tonight, cold and frosty for much of England and Wales, and a lot of fog around, I'm afraid, staying dry for most places. Tomorrow, Tuesday, a cloudier and warmer day than today, with temperatures reaching double figures across Northern Ireland, Wales, and the western side of England and Scotland. Lights on, sunset tonight, Edinburgh 3:39, Belfast 3:58, in Cardiff 4:05, and London 3:52.
That's great. Now, I changed my password to incorrect, so anytime I enter the wrong thing, the computer tells me what it is. Who's the funniest, me or Tim Vine? Call now on 08000.
Didn't quite catch that.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
Everywhere you go, take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and silver lanes that glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that'll talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go, there's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that'll make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Sure, it's Christmas once more.
Michael Bublé, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Well, it certainly is. Now, in the news, the European Commission is to open an in-depth investigation into IKEA's corporate tax structure. Bitcoin has moved another step toward mainstream investing with the start of trading on the huge Chicago Mercantile Exchange financial futures market. And a 4-point plan for tackling plastic waste has been outlined by the Environment Secretary Michael Gove today. The Environment Secretary outlined his thoughts during an informal meeting. He says he wants to cut the total amount of plastic in circulation, reduce the number of different plastics in use, because that will help recycling firms, improve the rate of recycling, which has been slipping recently, and make it easier for individuals to know what goes into the recycling bin and what goes into general rubbish.
What is a torch song? A popular song bemoaning an unrequited love?
I'm feeling mighty lonesome.
Songs you can dance to, dancing through your tears. Or a sentimental, popular song, usually sung by a woman. Many of the great torch singers had damaged lives, but also there's something to say as well about I may have had bad times, but I can still put on a sparkly dress and I can still stand here and sing a song. It's also an image of strength.
Join Mark Armand for his Torch Song Trilogy. This evening from 10
on BBC Radio 2.
Will do.
Should know by the way you parked your car sideways that it wouldn't last. See, you're the kind of person that believes in making out once, love them and leave them fast. I guess I must be dumb. She had a pocket full of horses, Trojan and some of them used. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. You see, what have I got to lose? And honey, close my eyes when you drove where your horses run free. 'Cause I felt a little ill when I saw all the pictures of the jockeys that were there before me. Believe it or not, I started to worry. I wondered if I had enough class. But it was Saturday night, I guess that makes it alright. You say, baby, I ain't got enough gas. Oh yeah, little red Corvette. Baby, your mind's too fast. Yes, you are. Little red Corvette. You need to find a love that's gonna last. Oh, body like yours on a P&J's. It's on the verge of being obscene. Now move over, baby. Give me the keys. I'm gonna try to tame you with a red love machine. Little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. Need to find a love that's gonna last.
Little Red Corvette.
Honey, you got to slow down.
Prince. Email us for a shout out, steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291. Tweet at BBC Radio 2. Steve can have a big shout out for Rob Jenkins and Big G from Coventry. Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, yeah. Happy Christmas, please, Steve, to all the customers, employees of FW Myhill and Son. Thanks, Roy and Peter, for the Christmas get-together in Norwich from David and all of the Watton branch. Sounds like one of those commercial radio things, doesn't it? To all our customers. Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart with us later, talking about Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. Barry from Watford, still 82 and still an hilarious lifestyle guru, prepping for Christmas. And Kevin Woodford talking us through cooking a traditional Christmas dinner and a vegetarian option. Tim Smith, Bobby Pryor, Kathleen Cracknell, Matt the Sports Guy, and the oldies chosen by Vicky Fleming from Kidderminster.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
I found a love for me. Well, darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Oh, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight.
Well, I found a man stronger than anyone I know. He shares my dreams. I hope that someday we'll share our home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love. fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be your girl, you'll be my man. And I see my future in your eyes. Well, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass while listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. No, no, no. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass while listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met.
I like the way Ed really dressed up for Strictly, didn't he? Looked great.
Perfect.
Wearing that smashing suit.
Deserve it. You look perfect
Tonight. And the next duet, hopefully Mary Berry. That's Beyonce and Ed Sheeran. Taylor Swift.
You should take it as a compliment that I got drunk and made fun of the way you talk. You should think about the consequence of your magnetic field being a little too strong. And I got a boyfriend, he's older than us. He's in the club doing I don't know what. You're so cool, it makes me hate you so much. I hate you so much. Whiskey on ice, sunset and vine. You ruined my life by not being mine. You're so gorgeous, I can't say anything to your face. 'Cause look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. You should take it as a compliment that I'm talking to everyone here but you. And you should think about the consequence of you touching my hand in a darkened room. If you got a girlfriend, I'm jealous of her. But if you're single, that's honestly worse. 'Cause you're so gorgeous, it actually hurts. Ocean blue eyes, looking in mine. I feel like I might sink and drown and die. You're so gorgeous, I can't say anything to your face. 'Cause look at your face. And I'm so furious at you for making me feel this way. But what can I say? You're gorgeous. You make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. You are so gorgeous, it makes me so mad. You make me so happy it turns back to sad. There's nothing I hate more than what I can't have. Guess I'll just stumble on home to my cats. Alone, unless you wanna come along. You're so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's kind of clever. Taylor Swift. Gorgeous.
Just look at your face.
Hey, Stephen Crook, can you tell Cavan to pull his finger out and get on with his job? Thank you, my man. That's from Glenn. Get on with your job.
Feel this way.
I did it.
But what can I say? You're gorgeous.
Steve, Steve and team, this is Casey from Horton Regis in Bedfordshire, messaging in to say, great way to start the week off with your show. Thank you. Loving the show, love the music, always. My mum always enjoys the show and I'd love a shout out for her. Her name is Anne. Hope you have a good week, Steve and team, and hope you're looking forward to Christmas. We are, and thank you very much, Casey. Really appreciate that. Let me bring on Tim Smith. Let's have a look at some factoids, shall we, silly boy Tim?
This is amazing. For at least 3,000 years, licorice has been used to help heal peptic ulcers, ease colds, and also ease coughs.
9 out of 10 people might be deficient in potassium, so they say.
There's roughly somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 different languages spoken on the planet today.
Wow. What never spoils?
Honey.
How do you know that?
Oh, I don't. I was just calling you honey.
Well, thank you, darling.
No problem. No, it is honey, isn't it?
It
That's
is
a well-known fact. Honey is the only food that doesn't spoil. I don't believe it, frankly. I mean, if you left honey for, say, I don't know, 1,000 years or 3,000 years, at least it's going to curdle at the edges, surely.
Well, that's true, but think of this. A bee never goes off.
Well, it does. It goes off, does another flower, comes back to the same flower.
Factoids.
You can't just leave a reggae mix to chance.
No.
Just follow this simple recipe. Trust me. On the palm trees, preheat to 90 degrees. Mix a handful of freshly picked scar. Stir in 2 cups of dub. Add an ounce of Lover's Rock. It's gonna be fabulous. Yeah. 1 drop of 1 drop. Season it with dancehall, plenty of roots, Levi roots that is. Cook for 2 hours and a perfect reggae playlist just for you.
Now play number 2.
Levi Roots.
Tuesday night at 10 on BBC Radio 2.
Oh, yeah. Jules Holland now. Jose Feliciano. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad para todo el mundo. Feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Ay, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yes, I do.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yes, I do.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
May you get everything you want. Yeah. Oh, 'cause we're living in a crazy world. With all my heart, from the bottom of my heart.
Few things going on today. The 125th anniversary of the premiere of Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker Suite being performed in St. Petersburg in Russia. Let's have a listen. The dynamic currency conversion, valuable service or deceptive business model debate in Brussels today. I've no idea what that is, have you?
No, repeat that. Sorry, what is it?
The dynamic currency conversion, valuable service or deceptive business model debate. It's on in Brussels.
No idea. Got economics A-level, but that doesn't help with that, I'm afraid.
No, perhaps it's about bitcoins. The International Sales Professionals of the Year Academy annual event. It's for all duty-free and travel retail stakeholders, and it's on in London until Wednesday. In tonight's football, Everton play Swansea. Some TV tonight, Birds of a Feather Christmas special. Tracy has big plans that could upset the festive harmony in their house. And at 10 p.m, over on BBC Two, The League of Gentlemen. It's back. The first of 3 brand new episodes which celebrate the 20th anniversary of being on the BBC. I've got a little clip here.
I love it. I love The League of Gentlemen. Are you local?
I know.
It's so weird.
And everybody's so odd, aren't they?
I know, you watch it and you think, really? Wow, what's all that about?
Well, this is us. I think we're talking to Steve Pemberton on how it all started.
We did a show in Edinburgh a few times, and then we took it to Radio 4, where we had to sort of knock the edges off it a little bit because it was playing at 6:30. When we did the BBC Two show, we just indulged all our love of horror films, and we put in as many references as possible to scary things, because I think to laugh 1 minute and scream the next is the perfect half hour.
James plays Manchester. Rick Astley plays a special gig in London in aid of children in need. Now, it's at Coco, and myself and Tim will be there in addition to Chris Evans and, of course, Rick himself. So if you love serious jockeying and you've got tickets for this special Rick Astley gig, for children in need, tonight at Coco in Camden in London. Here's the heads up, get there early, because we're doing a little bit of a serious jockeying set there. Well, it's not entirely serious jockeying. I've got the crew there, and we're going to involve you, people in the audience, and a few prizes. And in addition to that, we're going to chuck out a few prizes anyway, because we like doing that. I'll be there as DJ Silly Boy doing some strictly serious dad dance in No G. And we're going to be looking for 3 unwise men to do a Christmas dance-off in these styles. So we're going to do Rick Rollin', Gangnam Style, twisting, and Christmas waltzing, and they have to waltz with themselves. You know, like Charles Aznavour used to.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, when he did She, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. And, of course, we need 3 wise women, though, don't we, as well?
Yeah, 3 wise women who will be either the girlfriends or the wives or the partner of the guys that will be up on stage doing a little bit of dancing. And they can be the judges.
They'll be judges, yeah.
If that's all right, because that's more important.
So it's a combination, really, of Strictly Come Dancing and serious jockeying.
Yeah.
No G.
Yeah, very good.
That sums it up nicely. Thank you.
The winner will be picked by the judges. That's the partners. And they win a Serious Jockeying Christmas hamper, plus my personal Serious Jockeying headphones, which I'm bringing along. Okay, I actually have a spare pair.
I was going to say, you're not going to give those away, are you?
Yeah, well...
They need cleaning.
No, yeah, you won't want mine. But these do belong to me. They're my spare pair, and I'm going to give them away along with other prizes that we're going to bring along in a Santa style. So it's Serious Jockeying, the ultimate Christmas party with Rick Astley tonight. If you've got tickets, get there early, and we will see you down there. We're going to be in a fun Christmas mood and, do some silly stuff.
Do I have to dress up at all?
No, just come as you are. I think that's silly enough.
Okay.
On today's programme, there's Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson. This is an interview that we did a couple of weeks back, I think, or a week or so back. And unfortunately, the quality of the sound is not brilliant. I don't know if it was done by the same person that put Mo Farah on last night.
Steady. These things happen.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
It's still a good interview, though. They were great fun.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Barry from Watford, also still 82 and still hilarious lifestyle guru. And Kevin Woodford, who's going to take us through the traditional Christmas dinner on The Big Show.
The straight jacket of true love's fine. Bang, bang. Your Houdini in your spare time, bang, bang. Lord Nell and Lady Hamilton, they fought for love. When he come home from the war, he give a whoop for love. The mighty fall when love has called. Vampire friends desire to lust, fang, fang. They fall on necks, then fall in love, pang, pang. The Marquis de Sade was happy with a stroke of love. Sherlock Holmes alone preferred a little toke of love. Bang, bang, the mighty fall. Bang, bang, when love is called. Bang, bang, the mighty fall. Tony and Cleo struck out for the Frio down Egypt's way. But Caesar had squeezed her in Rome on his quilt for a day. Hey, hey. Now Antony got really angry. But old Caesar's hanky-panky. She told him she would use him, and boy did she abuse him. Fall in love and blew him away. Bang, bang, mighty fall. Bang, bang, when love is cool. Bang, bang, the mighty fall. Bang, bang.
B.A. Robertson, Bang Bang. Can you say Merry Christmas to Isla and Louis at the Furniture Workshop in Oban, Argyle? Thank you. Big shout out to Emma Smith, cleaning away in Nottinghamshire. Merry Christmas to all my family and friends and loving the show. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2.
Christmas always takes me back, sitting round my nan's with me granddad.
I love the fact that you two have such an adorable time together.
There's nothing I like more than making the kids laugh.
There's an entire family in here just sitting watching me. You're right.
That sounds quite enjoyable to me. It's madness.
You made me some cake.
You know, we'll be having Swiss roll with custard for dessert on Christmas Day.
I could eat the whole slice right now.
You've been a bit greedy because you've got two now. Can I have that one?
That's gone straight to my head, yes.
I want to give you the best Christmas ever, but I cannot do it all on my own.
Join us for Christmas Together.
Pretty good. You don't get better than that.
On BBC One.
One, thank you.
Steve, sorry to interrupt.
Jeremy.
It's only me. Any chance of playing some Stormzy?
Maybe later. Bobby Pryor.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to Belfast to the M2. On the southbound side, there's a breakdown. This is between Belfast Docks at Junction 1B and the M3 at Junction 1A. So one lane is shut there. Glasgow, MA eastbound, all clear now at 19 following the earlier broken down car transporter. And the A74M southbound, accident still there at Junction 20 for Eaglesfield. One lane is shut. Now, problems for the A1 continue. Northbound A1 at Foston is completely closed between Foston and the Long Bennington South Junction. On the southbound side, there is also one lane shut. So northbound completely shut. Southbound is heavy because one lane is closed. M6 southbound, 17 to 16. There was an accident towards Stoke-on-Trent. That's now clear. To the M11 southbound, accident between 8 and 7 down towards Harlow. One lane is closed. Traffic's coping reasonably well. It's heavy, but it is all moving. M2 on the eastbound side, coastbound. The A249 junction at Junction 5. The exit Slit Road is closed. You can't get off at Junction 5 because of an overturned lorry on the roundabout. The A30 westbound at Polyphant still closed between two bridges and Bodmin Moor services following an earlier accident. And the A39 west of Bridgewater blocked between the Danesborough Road and Sandford Hill. So between Bridgewater and Cannington, the westbound route on the A39 is closed. Now, problems on the trains. There's an incident at Hemel Hempstead. So at the moment, there is service suspended on Virgin Trains West Coast between London and Milton Keynes. Same with London North Western services. So just be aware that there's going to be some road replacement services in place. But check before you travel because the replacement services vary so much. And I'll be back with more in 40 minutes.
Thank you. 1 minute Carol coming. It's not a person.
Nights are getting shorter now, hot chocolate fills the air and Christmas cheered us too. Picking out your Christmas tree so loudly, the joy this time it brings to you. Santa's coming to town.
Some more news and bits and bobs. Lord Sugar last night crowned 2 winners in The Apprentice for the first time in the show's 13-year history. We agreed to go into business with confectionery firm owner Sarah Lynn and recruiter James White, he said. So that's that. That's all very good. What else is going on here? Strictly Come Dancing winner Joe McFadden. Well done, Joe. Says he's jobless after lifting the Glitter Ball trophy. And the single actor says he has no idea what his chances are in the dating world, according to the Mirror anyway, head of showbiz here. Strictly winner has no idea what life holds for him after lifting trophy. I think it's going to be okay, Joe. Wish you only the best. Facebook bosses admitted that social media can harm your mental health, but claimed the remedy was to post more updates and comments. Are you sure? Looking at our guests this week, film stars Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart today. Barry from Watford, Kevin Woodford. Tomorrow, movie actress Rebel Wilson, back with Pitch Perfect 3. Bryan Cranston, starring in a movie called Last Flag Flying with Steve Carell and Lawrence Fishburne. And Alexander Armstrong. Xander's got his Christmas album out, which you may have seen the commercial for. Jodie Foster on Wednesday, movie star. Nicholas Parsons and Paul Merton, also Wednesday. And Dr. Hilary Jones, Dr. Gorgeous here with the Christmas surgery. Thursday, Jessica Chastain and Molly Bloom. Jessica is playing the role of Molly in a new film, Molly's Game. Ricky Gervais and Eleanor Favilli co-wrote one of 2017's biggest books. And Hugh Jackman and Michael Gracie, the star and director of the new movie, The Greatest Showman, on Friday. So it's kind of like movie star week.
That's a good lineup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a brilliant week this week, yeah.
You got any birthdays and anniversaries there for me today?
Oh, yeah, I can do those for you. Hang on.
Or do you want me to do a story quickly first?
No, it'll be okay. Here they come. Joseph Grimaldi.
Joseph Grimaldi. Oh, Italian politician.
No, English clown who created the white-faced clown makeup, 1779. Although, I see what you did.
Yes, no, I'm getting him muddled up with Garibaldi.
That's a biscuit,
that
right?
That is a biscuit, yeah.
This day, 1983, ex-President Gerald Ford He was the one that fell over a bit. Makes an appearance in the soap opera Dynasty. It was this day, 1946, that Clem Attlee's Labour government won the vote on state ownership, and it looked like at the time the railways and ports will be the first industries to be nationalised, and indeed they were. OK, Keith Richards, who's that then?
Keith Richards, I believe he's a guitarist in a rock band called the Rolling Stones.
Yes, and he's
the most solid cat.
He is the most... He's the most solid cat.
And we've shared a drink with him.
We certainly have.
The most solid cat.
Yeah, and finally, let's have a look. Betty Grable.
Betty Grable, American actress, famous in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, absolutely right. Now, just a reminder, if you love serious jocking and you've got tickets for the special Rick Astley gig for Children in Need tonight at Coco in Camden in London, get there early. Me and Tim Smith will be down there along with Chris Evans and so many other people, and of course Rick Astley. We're doing a special set down there, which is, as I mentioned in the other talky bit, a Strictly style dance-off. We're going to get some guys up there doing various styles. 3 guys doing, I think, 4 dance styles on stage, judged by their wives and girlfriends, and a few prizes. In addition, we got some free gifts down there, and also DJ Anthony will be playing a few tunes in a serious job.
Why does he do that? That's your job. Why are you making him do that? That's your job. You're silly boy DJ, no G.
Yeah,
you should be doing that. What are you going to be doing then? If he's doing the music and I'm rounding up the guests and the contestants, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be setting up the competition. I'm going to be talking to people.
That's
I can do a bit of jockeying also from the stage area.
Good.
I mean, don't get upset. It's all for a good cause.
I know it is. I'm just making sure that the job share is done equally.
Happy Christmas.
Are you wearing that tonight?
Oh, humbug. No, I've got a fantastic glittery jacket that I've actually bought. Yeah, and I'll show you later on.
Yeah, look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, you will. It's I should have got one in my size. Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart later, Barry from Watford, and Kevin Woodford, the chef.
In many ways, Feliz Navidad and happy holidays. Don't matter if you're 9 or 98. Everyone's waiting for a chance to say, finally it's Christmas. London on the Santa Fe. Don't hope the snow to fall on Christmas Day. Finally it's Christmas, but don't delay. Santa's always waiting, so get your stockings up in time for Christmas Day. Don't dismay, throw
Steve, can you wish my wonderful husband Eddie happy birthday? Busy working in Skeggy. Love from his wife Tina. Happy Christmas. Thank you. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk for a shout out, a Christmas shout out. You can text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2.
Afternoon, BBC Radio 2.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
The Big Show.
Simon's on the air at 5 today. Simon joined by super vet Noel Fitzpatrick. The Blues Show with Paul Jones. That's at 7. Paul brings a collection of festive blues songs in the lead up to Christmas and playing some of his favourite tracks from 2017. Then Joe Wiley at 8. Gwen Stefani talks to the Joe about all things Christmas, and Ja Rule reads the classic Christmas story, The Grinch. The Big Show. Frank Wilson, Do I Love You? Indeed I do. When we come back after the 3 o'clock news, the oldies chosen by Vicky Fleming from Kidderminster in Worcestershire.
News at 3 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. A report has accused Bristol City Council and Avon and Somerset Police of institutional racism. An investigation by the Safer Bristol Partnership found there had been a collective failure by both organisations in the case of Bijan Ebrahimi, a disabled refugee from Iran who was murdered outside his house after wrongly being accused of being a paedophile. The report says officials repeatedly sided with his abusers and took little action to protect him. From Bristol, here's John Kay.
Bijan Ebrahimi was isolated. He was a vulnerable man. He had a number of health problems. And it says he repeatedly went to Bristol City Council and to Avon and Somerset Police to report that he'd been a victim of racist abuse. He said he'd been assaulted and threatened, harassed in a number of different situations, sometimes by neighbours, sometimes by passers-by. But this report says time and time again, instead of being taken seriously, Bijan Ebrahimi was often treated by the council and the police as if he was the problem.
Police say they've been involved in a significant incident at RAF Mildenhall in Suffolk. It's understood a car tried to force its way into the base, which is primarily used by the American Air Force. A man has been arrested. 2 people have died in a fire at a hotel on the banks of Loch Lomond. Dozens of firefighters were called to tackle the blaze at the luxury resort. James Shaw reports.
Emergency services were called to the 5-star Cameron House Hotel early this morning. A tall plume of smoke rising from the main building was visible for miles around the south end of the loch. 1 person died at the scene. 4 others, including a child, were taken to hospital suffering the effects of smoke inhalation, but one of them could not be saved. There will now be an investigation to find out what caused the fire.
A former NHS nurse has been appointed the new Bishop of London. Sarah Mullally becomes the 3rd most senior bishop in the Church of England. In her inaugural speech, she said she wanted to address the deprivation and inequality in the capital. The university student whose rape trial collapsed last week when detectives failed to disclose vital evidence to the defence says he's waiting for an apology from the police. Liam Allen, who's 22, says his life has been devastated by what happened.
University is supposed to be like the best sort of years of your life, and the last 2 years I've just spent worrying and you know, not really concentrated on anything, and so it has completely ripped apart my normal personal life. And now that it's come to light, it's still going on, and obviously the longer we have to wait in terms of going for like compensation and things like that, the more stress it still is, because I'm still away from uni, I'm still away from my normal life, so everything's still upside down. But as I said, I'm just not standing trial anymore, but there's still emotional stress there.
The Christmas Winter Wonderland attraction in County Down has been closed after withering criticism from visitors. Families complained that decorations were poor, Santa's grotto was a shambles, and presents were disappointing. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3. Our next at 4.
Thank you.
The Big Show, Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio.
Here comes the oldie.
Now, the non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Today
Confusion, Genesis starts off today's non-stop oldies. Vicky Fleming Pickenham in Kidderminster. I'm an admin assistant at a secondary school in Kidderminster. I think you break up tomorrow, don't you? I was a graphic designer before this, changing careers when I became a mum. I got two wonderful daughters, Amy, who's 15, and Hannah, who's 9, and a great husband called John, Jon, John, who I met whilst at school. We've been happily married for 18 years now. Music has always been a huge part of my life. My parents brought me up listening to iconic bands in the late 70s and early 80s, and there's so many songs that hold many memories, both happy and sad. We've had a few tough years as a family, and without a doubt, music has helped us get through everything. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of my friends and family for their love and support over the last few years, and hope that folks enjoy my non-stop oldies as much as I will.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, moving further away. Want you near me? All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Sometimes when I think of your name, and it's only a game, and I need you, listening to the words that you sing, getting harder to sing. When I see you, all I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand. Be a closed door. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Ba-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da.
Flying Pickets. Only you.
88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio.
The non-stop oldies.
Live till 5. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Packed my bags last night, pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, 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 I'm a rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them if you did. And all the science I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week. A rocket man, a rocket man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Oh, these are great. Non-stop oldies. Elton John, Rocket Man, of course. Now, I'm back with love songs this Sunday morning, Christmas Eve from 9. And you can phone in now, right now, with your dedication for this week's show. Call and leave a message. It's for Christmas Eve, but you need to be quick. 03700 100 200. Standard geographic charges apply. Calls from mobiles may be higher. That number again is 03700 100 200. Be sure to mention who you are and where you're from and what your Christmas message might be for and who for and why you want us to play them a song this Christmas. The number again, 03700 100 200, to have a Christmas phone message for Sunday Love Songs on our Christmas show, which is Christmas Eve this coming Sunday morning. You need to do it before the end of tomorrow, so get calling if you'd be so kind. 03700 100 200, and good luck. Thank you. And now, back to the oldies.
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, with the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, with the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters, too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it, do you get it? If so, how often? Which do you choose, a hard or soft option? In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. West End girls. every city and every nation, from Lake Geneva to the Finland station. And a western town, a dead-end world, the eastern boys and western girls. A western town, a dead-end world, eastern boys, western girls. West End girls. West End girls. West End girls.
The non-stop oldies on Radio 2. You two now. Mysterious Ways.
Johnny, take a walk with your sister, the moon. Get up here, lighting to fill up your room. You've been living underground, eating from a can. You've been running away from what you don't understand. Look, she's slipping, you're sliding down. Will she be there when you hit the ground? It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. She moves in mysterious ways. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. She moves in mysterious ways. Johnny, take a dive with your sister in the rain. Let her talk about the things you can't explain. The dirt is to heal, to hurt is to steal. If you wanna kiss the sky, better learn how to kneel on your knees, boy. She's the way she turned the tide. She sees a man inside the child. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. She moves in mysterious ways. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. She moves in mysterious ways. It's alright, alright. Lift my days, light up my night.
You two, Mysterious Ways. That's a good old hit. I'd forgotten all about that. Non-stop oldies, as chosen by Vicky Fleming from Kidderminster.
It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me,
won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain tune. I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true.
They got cars big as bars, they got rivers of gold, but the windows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome,
You were pretty queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more.
Sinatra was swinging, all the drunk folk were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night. The boys of the NYPD choir were singing, Go Away Babe, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day.
You're an old slut and junk lying there almost dead on a drip in that bed.
You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy faggot. Happy Christmas, you're ours, I pray God it's our last. The boys of the NYPD choir still singing, Go Away Babe, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Could have been someone.
Well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you.
I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. Can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. The boys of the NYPD choir still singing, Go Away Babe, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Gets you, doesn't it? Hoax and Kirsty McCall, Fairy Tale of New York, rounding off the non-stop oldies. Thank you for them. Happy Christmas on Radio 2. Let's have a little look and see what's occurring in the news. A man has been arrested after apparently trying to drive through a checkpoint at a base used by the US Air Force in Suffolk. RAF Mildenhall was put into lockdown as police responded to reports of what they called a significant incident. The European Commission is to open an in-depth investigation into IKEA's corporate tax structure. And Wayne Rooney says his drink drive punishment of community service in a garden centre is refreshing and relaxing. Rooney was ordered to complete 100 hours unpaid work in September after admitting being nearly 3 times over the legal limit when stopped by police. All right, Steve, can you say big thank you to my husband Dave, all right, Dave, for winning tickets to the Radio 2 party tonight This is the Rick Astley thing. Currently on our way to the hotel. Mention Tracy, Megan and Chris for looking after the office. It'll make their day. Looking forward to a great night tonight. Yep, see you there. Steve, can you give the Peters family from, I think it's Denmead, a mention? Went to the O2 on Friday to see Pete Tong with my sons and partners. Had a great night. Now listening to you whilst ironing. Have a great Christmas. Thank you, Hilary, and you. And Pete and Sam driving home for Christmas from Aberdeen. Great show. Thank you. And now here's Bobby.
Thanks, Steve. First of all, Belfast M2 southbound breakdown still there between 1B Belfast Docks and the M3. A74M southbound at 20 for Eaglesfield. There's an accident that's blocked one lane. That's still there. A64 North Yorkshire at Staxton Bank. It's been closed completely. There's an accident and it's closed in both directions. It's just near to the Harper's restaurant, so traffic has started to build behind that one. The closure on the northbound A1 is still in there, but they've now lengthened the closure to help with the diversion routes. So the A1 northbound closed now between the A52 Grantham North, that's the Barrowby turn-off as well, and Long Bennington. So it's a longer closure to help with the diversion. The queues back onto the A607 back to Melton Mowbray. A long northbound queue as well. Southbound, you've got one lane shut. So if you're heading on the southbound side, it is open. Between Foston and Long Bennington, you've got one lane closed as well, where they deal with the lorry that overturned on the northbound side and partially onto the southbound side as well. The A14 eastbound, accident at junction 56 towards 57 at Nacton. We've got one lane closed there. Then to the M6 on the northbound side, 10 to 10A out towards the M54, broken down vehicle, one lane is shut. M6 southbound between 6 and 5 Castle Bromwich. We had an earlier accident. Now they've reopened all the lanes, but it's still slow. M11 southbound, 8 to 7 down towards Harlow. Accident has closed one lane. And then to the M2, coastbound exit Slit Road. So eastbound at 5, overturned lorry has blocked the exit Slit Road on the roundabout onto the 249. So that is closed. And then finally some good news. A39 west of Bridgewater has reopened between Danesborough Road and Sanford Hill. Back with more 20 minutes.
Thank you. In a moment we're going to talk to Kevin Woodford, talking us through cooking a traditional Christmas dinner and a vegetarian option.
Hello, Jeremy.
Hello, Tim. Now, very important question. Have you ever crotcheted? No, that's a typo. It's crocheted an entire tea cosy or a bubble hat on the train. It's an alarming trend that's on the rise. Do call now.
Couldn't get to the end of that. Radio 2 playing Come Back to Me. Look, it's Liam Gallagher.
I've gone so far, my hands are high, but I want to touch you, 'cause I know you're lonely. I've seen despair, but I still care, my heart is together. My head is exploding. Everyone out there says you've been gone a bit too hard. Everyone out there says you've been testing man and God, trying to make the scene. Why don't you come back to me? Why don't you come back to me? Why don't you come back to me? Tied off myself, thank God, some help, I'm coming and going. I can't get enough, and get high, get safe, look out, be brave, the waves are still rolling. You're hooked on a feeling. Everyone out there says you've been gone a bit too hard. Everyone out there says you've been testing man and God, trying to make the scene. Why don't you come back to me? Why don't you come back to me? Why don't you come back to me? to me.
Talking to Kev the chef soon. Later, Barry from Watford and Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Kevin Hart. Now me and Tim Smith are back for Factoids. What you got?
You ever heard of the Giraffe Titan?
I'm going to have to say no.
It's the largest dinosaur ever known to mankind. It's believed to have been 37 feet tall, 37 feet,
wow,
and weighed around 130,000 pounds. The Giraffe Titan.
The Giraffe Titan?
Yeah, Titan, as in Titan, you know.
Oh, I see, Titan. A misomaniac is someone who hates everything.
According to our friends at QI, when male turkeys see female turkeys, they blush. Not at this time of the year, they won't.
No. A gozzard is a person who owns geese.
Factoids.
Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
Come on in.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
'Cause I heard all the people saying,
get down on it.
come on and
Get down on it.
if you really want it,
Get down on it.
you gotta feel it.
Get down on
Get
it.
down on it.
Get down on it.
Come on and
Get down on it.
baby, baby,
Get down on it.
get on it.
Get down on it.
I say, people, what you gonna do? You gotta get on the groove if you want your body to move. Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really won't take a chance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
'Cause I heard all the people saying,
get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
when you're dancing.
Get down on it. Get down on it.
Well, now we're almost there for Christmas, ain't we? We're almost there, old friend. And Kevin Woodford is here, as ever. We're going to talk about the Christmas meal. Our friend Kevin Woodford is a TV presenter and chef who you'll know for his many appearances on cookery shows, lifestyle programmes and on Watchdog, and of course on this very programme. Kev's here to tell us about how to prepare the perfect Christmas meal. He'll talk us through the turkey dinner and a chestnut Wellington for the vegetarians at Christmas, right?
Absolutely, Steve.
Yeah, well, how are you?
I'm really good. How can I not be? I mean, how many days of Christmas? Just a few days of Christmas. I haven't bought a thing yet, so I'm not worried.
You sent all your cards, though, haven't you?
No, what cards?
Okay.
All right, let's do the turkey lunch, the Christmas meal. Tell us what we need, Kevin.
Okay, if you're going to go for traditional Christmas turkey lunch, what you need to do is to make sure, first of all, that you get a really decent turkey. That's the very first thing to do. And think about the advanced preparation that you can do, because there's nothing worse on Christmas Day than having to spend the whole day grafting in the kitchen when there's lots of things that you could be doing. You know what I mean? Outside, playing with the kids, playing with friends, having a glass of wine.
So you're talking about cutting up the vegetables and packing them away and ready?
I'm talking about the whole thing. And let's start with a turkey, Steve. So turkey's the main thing, so buy a decent one. If you can, buy an organic one, because there's something really, really good and wholesome about that.
Okay.
If it's frozen, make sure you get it well in advance and you allow it to defrost in the fridge slowly. The worst thing you can do, and I've seen this done, where people leave that turkey to the last minute. What they do, they stick it in a sink full of warm water. Bingo. 4 days on the loop. Don't do it. It can't be recommended at all, trust me.
Can I just go back to the size of the turkey, if I may? So we've got 7 people to feed. What poundage are we talking about?
Do you know, that's a really good question, Steve, because there's 2 issues with that. You want to make sure that you've got enough meat for the day and for later, because that's for me is the best bit.
But the sandwiches the following day.
The sandwiches are lovely. I love them. But then you've also got to think, right, okay, shall I go for a 25-pound bird? Look at your oven, for goodness sake, because you can buy a 25-pound bird and then you look at the oven and you think, do you know what, this isn't going to go in there.
It doesn't
no
fit.
Way. Right. No, it doesn't fit, exactly. But there is a trick here, you know. There is a little trick with this as well. If you say you've got 7 people, then I like to work to around about sort of 2 pound of weight per person.
Okay.
Because you've got a lot of carcass going on in there.
Yeah.
If you've bought a bird that's too big to go in the oven, then take the legs, the wings off. They come off very, very easily indeed. Take them off. So at least you can then turn the bird over on its side and you've got every chance of it going in the oven.
All right, quick answer then. Let's say it's a 13, 14-pound turkey. When should we put it in and how long for?
Okay, how long for? 20 minutes to the pound. The key here also, start by saying, right, what time are we going to eat? If we're going to eat at 3 o'clock, then the turkey needs however many minutes per pound. A lot of people nowadays have food thermometers. Have you seen those? A big needle.
Oh, yeah.
And you put that in and it wants to be 75 to 80 degrees when it comes out. Leave it for an hour. It wants to rest for an hour, Steve, after it's come out of the oven. If you take a chicken or a turkey out of the oven and you try to cut it immediately, it just crumbles.
Yeah.
That's because the fibres have not had time to rest. Let it rest.
Type of stuffing next, please.
Okay, type of stuffing. It's got to be sage and onion for me, but I like to put lemon zest in it as well. I'm a great sausage fan. I love sausage meat.
Yeah, me too.
There's something really, really good about it. I hate stuffing which is predominantly breadcrumbs. There's nothing to that whatsoever. So around about 4/5 sausage meat. I add to that some lemon zest. I put loads of sage into it, a full egg yolk, and then a little bit of breadcrumbs. Just
So you're
to sort of loosen
crushing
it.
all that up?
Absolutely. Just mix it all together by hand, Steve, and wash the hands. The other mistake that we make at Christmas is stuffing the whole bird. That's the biggest mistake you can make. There should be just enough stuffing to go into the neck section of the bird. That's the small section where the head comes from.
Right. You've got to get your hand in there as well, haven't you, really?
Absolutely, Steve. It's really important that the stuffing is really well packed in. But as I say, and I reiterate, it's a really important point, don't fill the whole bird, the full cavity with stuffing, because the heat's not going to get through to it, and you're going to end up with medium rare stuffing. So the neck end is the smallest section. That's the area that you want to stuff.
And what about laying stuff on the skin? Strips of bacon, stuff like that?
Right, 2 tips on that. If you put your hands underneath the skin, between the flesh and the skin itself, you can loosen that. Then if you get some butter, just a little bit of butter with a little bit of sage rubbed through it as well, put that in between the flesh and the skin, and then put the skin back on, and then put a bit of bacon over the top of that. And that's going to keep that flesh moist. There's nothing worse than dry turkey.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to talk about the Brussels sprouts and roast potatoes, turkey gravy, and also chestnut Wellington as an alternative. Back with Kevin Woodford in just a moment.
I'll admit I was wrong. What else can I say, girl? Can't you play my head and not my heart? I was drunk, I was gone. That don't make it right, but promise there were no feelings involved. She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show? Yeah. She said, save your apologies, baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady, I've been feeling it lately, baby. I'll admit it's my fault, but you gotta believe me when I say it only happened once. I tried, but you'll never see that. You're the only one I wanna love. Oh yeah. She said, boy, tell me honestly, was it real or just for show? She said, save your apologies, baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going on?
We're back here with Kevin Woodford and we're talking about the Christmas meal. In our segment just before the music there, we were talking about the turkey. We're on to Brussels sprouts. A lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts. I love them, and I love them especially with the Christmas meal. I mean, you just do them as usual, right?
No, whatever you do, don't
just
do
bung them in.
No, don't put them in, Steve, no. They need to be perfect. And the way you do that is by preparation, first of all. Not too far in advance because they lose all of their nutrients and their vitamins. None of this cutting across on the bottom of it, that's nonsense. No need to do that. What that does is that loses more vitamins. Peel them off, make sure that they're nice and clean. Boiling water in a pan, and then drop the sprouts straight into the boiling salted water, not the other way around. And then have separately some chestnuts, which you've peeled, obviously.
Okay. Chestnuts,
have them
nice.
ready, cut up slightly. When the sprouts are cooked, drain them off. A little pan of clarified butter on the stove, nice and hot. Drop the sprouts into that, season them with salt, black pepper, touch of nutmeg, add the chestnuts. Bingo, they're beautiful.
Well, you've previously had chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yeah, so my chestnuts are good and ready. Quickly, how long for the sprouts, roughly?
The best advice I can give you when it comes to cooking is let it cook for a little while, then take one out and cut it. They should take a little bit of cutting. If they squash, you've overcooked them.
Oh, you see, Kev, I like them soft. I like them really soft.
Do you?
Yes, I love them soft. There's nothing worse than a hard sprout.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. What about the roast potatoes?
Roast potatoes, right, all the same size, that's important. Get them into a pan of cold water with salt in, bring it to the boil, simmer it for around about 10 minutes, drain it, and then make sure that you've drained them really well. Then the roasting dish with either goose fat, if that's what you like, or just a little bit of oil, if you're a bit healthy like me.
Oil might be good.
I think so. Nice and hot in a roasting dish. Then the potatoes go straight into that, shove them right through, mix them round into the hot fat, season them with salt, rosemary, and put them in the oven. Leave them in the oven till they crisp right up.
We're loving it. Now, we've got an alternative here, and it is for vegetarians. Wild mushroom, butternut squash, and chestnut Wellington.
This is a nice dish. What it is basically is that you cut up lots and lots of mushrooms, peeled and roasted chestnuts, all chopped up with onions and with leeks and whatever you as a vegetarian enjoy.
Yeah, whatever is your favourite.
Whatever is your favourite and whatever herbs. And then into a pan with hot butter and a little bit of oil, seal them all off and cook them right through. Add a little bit of chopped tomato and some breadcrumbs so that you get a nice sort of firm mixture of ingredients. And then a nice big sheet of either filo pastry, or lots of layers of filo pastry, or my choice would be puff pastry,
right,
which is laid out. And you place that mixture on top of the puff pastry, roll it all up so you've got what looks like a huge big fat beef Wellington.
Oh, wow.
And then egg glaze it 3 times, score it with a knife so it's got a nice shape to it, pop it in the oven and let it bake for around about 35-40 minutes.
I mean, if you were a vegetarian, what else would you have with that?
Are you suggesting that?
Well,
it sounds pretty tasty to me.
To a non-vegetarian, it kind of, I'm thinking, maybe it needs a bit more, something or other.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. So let's go further than that. Let's say that what you're doing at that particular stage when you've got different sorts of mushrooms, Steve, what that does immediately is it gives different flavours, different textures. You've got chestnuts which give it a really lovely back bite, and you've got all the vegetables that you enjoy, onions, but then add to that garlic, a little bit of crushed ginger, you can put paprika into it. Whatever spices and herbs really float your boat, they're the things that you should put into that. It's a very, very personal thing as this.
Yeah.
The general rule is try and get this thing as meaty as possible.
But without the meat.
Without the meat, absolutely. No, absolutely. But you want that feeling of sort of substance that meat gives you. It's that protein that it gives you. I mean, the other thing that I think works in that as well are things like lentils, chickpeas. They put body behind it.
Excellent. What is the ultimate kind of warning and or rule that you would say when preparing a Christmas meal, be it vegetarian or turkey or any other kind of meat?
The more advanced preparation that you can do. We mentioned earlier things like the potatoes can be peeled and they can be prepared. They can be part blanched. As much advanced preparation as you can. It's the same with the gravy. Very quickly with the gravy. Take the wings off the turkey before you cook it and take the parson's nose off, that little bit at the end. Put that into water with lots and lots of vegetables and let that boil away for around about an hour and a half, 2 hours. You've got the basic stock for the next day to make a fabulous gravy.
I wish you a Merry Christmas, you and your family, Kevin. Thanks for your good work during the year, and we'll see you next year. And that was Kevin Woodford. Read the Christmas meal and/or meals. Merry Christmas to you, sir.
And you, mate. All the best.
See you next year. Kevin Woodford, everybody. Yeah.
The nights are colder now. Maybe I should close the door. And anyway, the snow has covered all your footsteps, and I can follow you
Everybody knows it's hard to be alone at this time of year. It was only a winter's day, just another winter's day. And why should the world take notice of one more love that's failed? A love that can never be, though it meant a lot to you and me. On a worldwide scale, we're just another winter's tale. While I stand alone, a bell is ringing far away. I wonder if you're here, I wonder if you're listening. I wonder where you are today. Good luck, I wish you well, for all that wishes may be worth. That love and strength are with you for the length of your time on earth. It was only a winter's day, just another winter's day. And why should the world take notice of one more love that's failed? It's a love that could never be, though it meant a lot to you and me. On a worldwide scale, we're just another winter's tale. It was only a winter's tale, just another winter's tale. Why should the world take notice of one more love that's failed? It's a love that could never be, though it meant a lot to you and me. On a worldwide scale, we're just another winter's tale.
David Essex, Winter's Tale. Hello, Steve. Can you say hello to Les Coe and Junior in the garden building a summer house ready for the scorching summer we're having next year? That's in Rotherham. Very Merry Christmas to all the staff and customers of Blue Buttons Designs in Sale in Manchester. Happy New Year to you and the team as well. That's from Missy Buttons. You got it. 5 to 4, Bobby.
Steve, thank you. First of all, to Belfast, to the M2 southbound, that breakdown's gone. Just past junction 1B for Belfast Docks. A little bit slow, but not too bad. A74M southbound, the accident at 20 for Eaglesfield. All lanes are open. A64 at Staxton Bank, closed both ways following the accident at Beverley Gate. The A1, now northbound, is still completely closed. The closure goes from the A52 Grantham North up towards Long Bennington. So they've basically lengthened the closure to cope with the diversion route. Southbound, you've also got one lane closed between the Foston turnoff and Long Bennington as well. So big queues both ways. It's not going to open anytime soon, they're saying. A14 eastbound at Worsted, junctions 56 to 57. There's an accident there, one lane is shut. M6 southbound, 6 to 5 down towards Castle Bromwich. We've had an earlier accident which is now cleared but still very heavy. And then finally to the M2 eastbound, so coastbound at 5, Overton Lorry on to the A249 means that you can't get off the coastbound M2 eastbound. And don't forget, it's quite a few miles until you get to the next junction at 6. Back with more, half now.
Thank you, Bobby.
Steve, this is Jeremy Vine. Now, you couldn't just play that thing by DJ Khaled.
Maybe later.
Steve Wright in the afternoon, 2 till 5. In
Franklin, Until You Come Back to Me. Till you come back to me. Hey, good afternoon from Radio 2, look. BBC station, coming up in the cuts on the big show. Zac Efron, Hugh Jackman. Our guests, Dwayne The Rock and Kevin Hart. Barry from Watford, there's Tim, there's Bobby. There's Catherine, there's Sports Guy. Social media, factoids, Christmas stuff, all right here. This is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital radio and on 88 to 91 FM.
The BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. A report has accused Bristol City Council and Avon and Somerset Police of institutional racism. An investigation by the Safer Bristol Partnership found there'd been a collective failure by both organisations in the case of Bijan Ebrahimi, a disabled refugee from Iran who was murdered outside his house after he was wrongly accused of being a paedophile. Tony Murphy, who's a solicitor representing Mr Ebrahimi's family, says the racism went beyond local officials.
The police acknowledged that some time ago. It's important today that the council have acknowledged the institutional nature of the racism, because until the root cause of that problem is identified, it's impossible to find a solution. And the family are committed to working with the mayor and others to find a solution and to make the authorities accountable to their commitments.
Police in Suffolk have arrested a man who tried to force his way into a base used by the US Air Force. Reports say the man tried to ram a car into the gates at RAF Mildenhall. Police say shots were fired by American service personnel. Members of the Cabinet have held a meeting to discuss the future relationship between Britain and the European Union after Brexit. It's understood the meeting ended without agreement, but focused on a slow move away from EU rules and regulations. Speaking in the House of Commons in the past half hour, Theresa May said she wanted to be ambitious in the next stage of talks.
We will now move on with building a bold new economic relationship, which, together with the new trade deals we strike across the world, can support generations of new jobs for our people, open up new markets for our exporters, and drive new growth for our economy.
Officials in Lebanon have told the BBC that a man arrested on suspicion of killing a member of staff at the British Embassy in Beirut was working as an Uber driver. He's accused of sexually assaulting and then strangling Rebecca Dykes, whose body was found by the side of a road on Saturday. Police in Scotland say 2 people have died in a large fire at a luxury hotel on the banks of Loch Lomond. The emergency services were called to the Cameron House Hotel at around 7 o'clock this morning. More than 200 guests had to leave the building. The European Commission is to investigate the amount of tax paid by the Swedish retailer IKEA. It's the latest multinational company to face such scrutiny. John T. Bloom reports.
The European Commission is worried that multinationals like IKEA have access to special tax deals which are not available to their smaller rivals and therefore give them an unfair advantage. This investigation will look at the Dutch-based company Inter IKEA, which collects royalties from other parts of IKEA and allegedly pays little tax on the proceeds. An investigation by the Green Party claimed that IKEA has saved hundreds of millions of pounds as a result, but the company says it's always paid its taxes in full.
And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 4. Our next at 5.
Thank you. Over to you, Sports Guy.
Yes, England cricket captain Joe Root says he expects Alistair Cook, James Anderson and Stuart Broad to keep playing beyond this bruising Ashes campaign. Australia regained the urn this morning after beating England by an innings and 41 runs in the third test. In the series so far, Cook scored just 83 runs, Broad has got just 6 wickets, while Anderson turns 36 in July. David Moyes says he's surprised and annoyed that his West Ham midfielder Manuel Lanzini has been charged with diving by the FA. Lanzini won a penalty that put the Hammers in front against Stoke on Saturday. Meanwhile, Moyes says Joe Hart will start in goal for their EFL Cup tie with Arsenal tomorrow. Tonight in the Premier League, Swansea will hope to move off the bottom of the table away to Everton. Holders Manchester City women will play away to Chelsea in the semi-finals of the WSL Continental Cup, while Reading are at home to Arsenal. And Anthony Joshua says a fight with the WBO heavyweight title title holder Joseph Parker could be arranged for the first half of next year.
Thanks, Sports Guy. Sports Guy back, of course, with Simon Mayo after 5, alongside super vet Noel Fitzpatrick.
Turn up your sound system to the sound of Carlos Santana in the GMB Ghetto and Blues from the refugee camp.
Maria, Maria, she remind me of a West Side Story, growing up in Spanish Harlem. She living a life just like a movie star. Played by Carlos Santana. Stop the looting, stop the shooting, pickpocketing on the corner. See, as the rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer. See me and Maria on the corner, thinking of ways to make it better. In my mailbox, there's an eviction letter. Somebody judge and see you later. Yeah.
Chola, mama chola, ahora vengo, mama chola.
East Coast,
ahora vengo, mama chola, ahora vengo,
Maria, Maria. She remind me of a West Side Story, growing up in Spanish Harlem. She living the life just like a movie star. Maria, Maria. She fell in love in East LA. I said it to the sounds of the guitar, yeah. Played by Carlos Santana. A la favela, no colores, the streets are getting hotter. There is no water to put out the fire. Mi contar esperanza. See me and Maria on the corner, thinking of ways to make it better. Then I look up in the sky, hoping that there's a paradise.
Worldwide.
Ahora vengo, mama chola, ahora vengo, mama chola.
Open up your eyes.
Maria, you know you're my lover. When the wind blows, I can feel you through the weather. And even when we are apart, still feel like we're together. Maria, yeah. She remind me of a West Side Story, growing up in Spanish Harlem. She living the life just like a movie star.
That's the groove. Wow, wow, wow. Santana. Maria, Maria. Much used by DJ Khaled. Hey, Stephen, Tim, can you give a shout out to my oldest son on his way back from uni? He's being driven back as we speak by his grandparents, and I can't wait to see him. He's attending an award ceremony, then back for a few days, but then back with us for Crimble. We've missed him so much and can't wait until he's back in the fold. Thank you from Neil in Essex.
Back on BBC Radio 2.
Yes, I'm back with more essential R&B.
Will Young.
I have a whole hour of non-stop contemporary R&B for you. Hello, thanks for joining me. Coming up, another personal selection, including music from Usher and Toni Braxton, plus Gabrielle, Mace, and many more.
In the place to be, it's about that time.
And as ever, there'll be some tracks you do know and a few you might not know. But one thing they all have in common is that they are all essential R&B.
Will Young's Essential R&B. Wednesday night from 11.
Here on BBC Radio 2.
Sorry, Will. You're right.
Fading joy and surprise, and the gifts we despise of a moment with you. On the 25th day of the 12th month, the sleigh bells are on time, ringing true. How we cling each the world to that snowflake's hope in hell, that it will end. Don't let the bells end. Christmas time, just let them ring. Well, the weather is cruel, and the season of you warms the heart, but it still hurts. You've got your career, spend the best part of last year apart, and it still hurts. So that's why I pray each and every Christmas day that it would end. Don't let the bells end. Christmas time, just let them ring. Cause underneath the mistletoe leaf, and you're not here. You went away upon Boxing Day. Now how the hell am I gonna make it into the new
The darkness. Well, in the social media on Twitter, Keith Richards is trending because it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Keith. Peter tweets, the man, the legend, Keith Richards, happy 74th birthday. Nadine tweets, happy birthday to the world's best guitarist, enjoy your day. And Corbin tweets, happy birthday to the legend, Keith Richards. Over on Facebook, people are talking about the new family portrait that the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have shared. The photo, taken at Kensington Palace, is on their 2017 Christmas card. Well, Star Wars Last Jedi took more than $450 million. That's over £337 million in global ticket sales on its opening weekend. It took $220 million in the US and Canada, which puts it second on the all-time list for North America, behind Star Wars The Force Awakens, which opened with a record-breaking $248 million. It's a pretty successful franchise, I think you'll find. Ed Sheeran has said he's written a James Bond theme, even though nobody asked him to. He was on the Late Late Show in Ireland and said he decided to write it just in case he ever needed it. I was with James Bond, the bad guy is a keeper. So he couldn't say what it's called because someone might steal it. The cast of The Greatest Showman have been at premieres around the world promoting their new film. Hugh Jackman plays the lead role of P.T. Barnum, and he says that making a film that's a musical is a big thing.
I've never been involved with such a true ensemble film as this. To create an original movie musical is literally like climbing Mount Everest. There's so many things you have to get right. It takes 7.5 years and so many people who believe. And even some people at the beginning who believed more than me, and they got us all across the line.
And Zendaya, who plays Anne Wheeler in it, says we're in for a treat with the soundtrack.
I think at any point in the day, no matter how you're feeling, what emotion you're going through, one song will speak to you loudly and it'll be stuck in your head. And I think that's something special, you know, with anything that you go through in life, there's a song that fits for you.
Zac Efron is also in The Greatest Showman. He began his acting career singing and dancing as Troy in High School Musical, and then he slipped right back into it.
There was no hesitation when I heard about it. I was not afraid to jump back into musicals at all. It made me a little nervous to see if I could still do it. And I was really happy that these guys trusted me and believed in me and worked to get me to where I needed to be.
Now, Hugh Jackman and Michael Gracie, the director of The Greatest Showman, are on the big show with us this Friday.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? I felt it from the first embrace I shared with you. That now our dreams may finally come true. City of stars, just one thing everybody wants. There in the bars and through the smokescreen of the crowded restaurants. It's love. Yes, all we're looking for is love from someone else. A rush, a glance, a touch, a dance. Just for me.
Yes, I'm shining just for you.
City of stars.
City of stars.
You never shine so brightly.
This is Bonjour Steve, Etienne, joyeux Noël et bonne année, amitié, Valérie en France. Merci. There are 7.5 sheep for every person in New Zealand. These are factoids. Here's Tim Smith.
The name tennis, as in the game of tennis, comes from the French word tenir. That's the imperative form of the verb tenir, or to hold. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't. I was fascinated by that. Worldwide, there are about 3 times as many chickens as people. Brunei tops the chicken league with 40 birds per person.
How long do you think it took Michelangelo to paint that Sistine Chapel ceiling?
Well, he was on another job for a lot of the time. Yeah. He had to go down to Jewson's to get some of the stuff.
Yeah, and he got the wrong paint, didn't he, to begin with?
Paint, and he had to come back, and then he had to go off for his breakfast.
Yeah, and also, your paint roller, that wasn't invented when he was doing that Sistine Chapel ceiling. That came about 200 years later, so he's doing it with a brush.
Yeah, I'd say, 10 years?
No, 4 years.
Factoids.
Any moment now, we're expecting a visit from Barry from Watford, still 82, and an hilarious lifestyle guru.
And the spirit of life calling my melody. mother child answers. Hiya, mamela. Wait, there's no mountain too great. Hear these words and have faith. Oh, have faith. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth. In your reflection, he lives in you. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth. In your reflection, he lives in you. He lives in you. He lives in you. He lives in you. He lives in me. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Everything we see. Into the water. Into the water. Into the truth. Into the truth. In your reflection, he lives in you.
Barry from Watford is here. Goodness.
Oh, it's lovely to be back.
Well, it's lovely to see you after all this time. How come you're still only 82 and yet you've been with us for a few years? What's going on there?
Steve, I take a magical potion.
Do you?
And it does have some side effects, but don't worry, I'll clear that up later. Now, Steve.
Yes.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas to you. And for Tim as well.
Happy Christmas. When people say, oh, it gets earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
The earlier the better. We flew in from Benidorm in a hot July. Margaret said, right, I'll unpack the suitcases, you get the tree out the loft, start peeling the sprouts. That's how we like
that's
it.
too early,
but
Barry.
We are going to have a right blowout this
Are you?
Christmas.
What does that mean?
Not here. We're having all the wider family around, and trust me, the food in the house, they all get wider and wider. As they're narrower when they turn up. But Mum Margaret, she does try so hard. She's a funny thing. She'd done a Christmas pudding last year. She said, Barry, do you want to set fire to it? I said, yeah. Stick it in the back garden. I've got some old pallets that can go with. Bit of paraffin, it went up lovely.
You want to set fire to it. I see what you did there.
See that?
I
You can see it. It's on this piece of paper.
I didn't see that coming, honestly.
Okay.
Now, what do you want for Christmas,
Oh,
Barry?
me? Oh, you know what I want? And I don't need to go mad. I want one of them robots.
What robots?
You know the robots you see advertised? Not one that just tells you the weather. I want a proper robot can do all the chores over, a robot. Peel spuds for Christmas dinner. Yes, master. You know, that's what I want. Robot, go to front door and let family in. Yes, master.
Will it be an underwater robot then?
Well, no, that's my special voice. You've got to have skills in this
That's
game.
a robot voice.
It's a robot voice.
Robot voice.
Yeah. What else?
Robot, welcome Margaret's sister Irene and assure her how pleased I am to see her. Cannot compute. Malfunction. No, I mean, that monotone voice will drive you mad after a while, but she only stays till Boxing Day. So...
Very good. Now, what kind of Christmas do you have then? You have like a British one, a European one?
No, we have very much a British Christmas.
Do you?
We
Is your
don't-
voice okay?
Yes. We've got a bit of eggnog stuck, man.
Oh, dear.
No, we don't have an American one. At no point will we be enjoying the holidays.
No.
We had an American neighbour. He goes, "Hey, Barry, you're going to your brother's house in Luton for the holidays."
Is that an American voice you're doing there?
Which part of America is that from, Barry?
You know, it sounded
Similar to the robot's
similar. He said, "Hey, Barry, you're going to your brother's house in Luton for the holidays." I said, "Oh, yeah, I always love my holidays in Luton. Sun cream, beach towel on the side of the A505. Nonsense.
Now, I understand that you're appearing in Panto. I guess you must be appearing in Panto somewhere.
Yes, I am. No, it's nothing. It's in our church hall.
Oh, lovely.
And I'll say this about our church hall production. No, it is exactly the same as the professional theatre.
Really?
Only rubbish. And it's given me the acting bug.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You want to do more?
I want to be an actor now.
do you really?
Oh, it's very much
You have to
me.
join the Equity.
But it appeals to me now. There's the swish of the curtain, the smell of the grease paint, the endless signing on. It really appeals. All the great actors, you know.
They've all done it.
Oh,
I very nearly missed that.
yeah, Olivier, keep up.
Gonna try.
Gielgud,
Yeah.
Danny Dyer. They've all achieved so much, you know.
Oh, we love Danny Dyer.
Oh, of course we do.
We love Danny.
Crikey, don't cross Danny.
No, he's a bit of a
absolutely
geezer.
right. No, but the reviews of My Widow Twankey are absolutely,
Are they?
you know, yeah, brilliant, Evening Standard, a Triumph and a Guardian, and Can You Not Leave Such a Mess in the Vestry? That's the caretaker. Wow,
That's
very
good review.
popular.
Now, what about television over the holiday period then?
I do, like, there's all sorts of Christmas specials on. I'll be doing my traditional drinking game for Jeremy Clarkson. Whenever he comes on, I turn it off and go down the pub. And,
That's not nice.
oh, come on! He can look after himself. I'll be watching The Queen at 3.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. And she's talking about her work within the UK and the Commonwealth.
Nice.
Plus, telling us which hat she's chosen for the wedding. And she's going to be taking us through the short list of DJs for the knees up in the evening, which is lovely.
Are we in there at all, the shortlist?
I very much doubt. Serious Jocking will be in there, won't
Yeah,
it?
well, I would hope so, yeah.
Serious Hitching, that's what it'll be with that wedding, isn't it?
Thank you for that.
Oh, bless you.
So now, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you very much for your hard work during the year.
Bless you.
I know you've been very busy.
Yes.
And we'll see you next year. What age will you be next year?
Let me just do a little calculation on this. 82.
82. Barry from Watford.
Oh, bless you.
You're going to be 82 next year.
Thank you.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, everyone. I love each and every one of you.
We got the world in our hands and we're ready to play. They say we're wasted, but how can we waste it if we're loving every day? Okay, I got the keys to the universe, so stay with me, 'cause I got the keys, babe. Don't wanna wake up one day wishing that we'd done more. I wanna live fast and never look back, it's what we're here for. Don't wanna wake up one day wondering where it all go, 'cause we'll be home before we know. I wanna hear you sing it. Hey mama, don't stress your mind, we coming home tonight. Hey mama, we're gonna be alright. Dry those eyes, we'll be back in the morning when the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind. Should we run to? We got a ticket that takes us wherever we like. We got our problems, but just for the minute, let's push all our troubles aside. Alright, 'cause we got the keys to the universe inside our minds. Yeah, we got the keys, babe. Don't wanna wake up one day wishing that we'd done more. I wanna live fast and never look back, it's what we're here for. Don't wanna wake up one day wondering where it all go, 'cause we'll be home before we know. I wanna hear you sing it. Hey mama, don't stress your mind, we come
mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind. Don't stress your mind. Hey, mama, don't stress your mind. We coming home tonight. Hey, mama, we're gonna be alright. Dry those eyes. We'll be back in the morning when the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind.
That's Mama Jonas Blue, 4:30 precisely. And now here's Bobby.
Steve, thank you. M2, southbound to Belfast. All lanes are open down at Belfast Docks following that breakdown, but still a little bit heavy. The A64 at Staxton Bank still closed both ways. Accident being recovered at Beverley Gate. The A1 closure is still in place. Northbound, the A1 remains closed between the Grantham North Grantham North turnoff, the A52, and the A607 where the back of the queue is. Now the A14 eastbound at Worsted, junction 56, the Worsted interchange. We've got an accident towards 57 for Nacton. M40 on the southbound side at the bottom at junction 3 for High Wycombe. On the entry slip road there's an accident, so coming on to the southbound M40, got queues back to junction 4. M1 southbound, junction 10 broken down lorry to 9 at Redbourne. Won't be there for very much longer. They're going to get it onto the hard shoulder very soon. And the M25 clockwise, there was a breakdown earlier at junction 22. It's left delays between 22 and 23, but all lanes have reopened. A414 at Danbury, the Malden Road is closed both ways. Accident between Hyde Lane and Cherry Garden Lane. And then to the M11 southbound, all lanes are open at 8 to 7 following the accident down towards Harlow, but still very slow. And finally, AM2 eastbound, so coastbound at 5. The overturned lorry onto the A249 means that junction 5 eastbound exit slip road remains closed. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Thanks very much. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Kevin Hart have done a remake of Jumanji. It's called Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. We did a pre-record with them the other day. Unfortunately, the sound quality is not so good. They're a little bit over-modded, as we say. Anyway, we're going to put that out soon. It's very funny because they're very funny together. So Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart in just a moment. Here comes Steely Dan. Do it again then.
Catch you at the border, and the mourners are
love serious jockeying and you've got tickets for the special Rick Astley gig for Children in Need tonight at Coco in London, here's a heads up. Get there early if you can. We're doing a special serious jockeying. Well, it's not really serious jockeying. It's more like a dance-off set along with the crew. It's going to involve you, big tunes and prizes if you're going to be there. I'll be there as DJ Silly Boy, obviously, doing a strictly serious dad dancing no G contest. I'll be looking for 3 unwise men to do a Christmas dance-off in 3 styles, or actually it's 4 styles. These styles are Rick Rolling, Gangnam Style, Twisting, and Christmas Waltzing. Waltzing with yourself. The winner will be picked by the judges. That's the partners in a strictly scoring style kind of thing. And they win a Serious Jockeying Christmas hamper, which we got, and my personal Serious Jockeying headphones. So hope to see you there. This says, we're going tonight to Coco. That's Peter and Sarah from North Marston and so many others here. Shout out and a Christmas tune for Susan, Aled and Catherine driving up to Airdrie, Scotland from North Wales to see family and deliver prezzies, and Merry Christmas to everyone on the Brill Big Show. That's from Susan. Thank you very much.
Hey, Macca here. Microwave ovens, you know. George didn't like it. He didn't like it. But John said to me, imagine how quickly we could cook a ham and cheese sandwich, you know. And that's how he came up with Imagine and the microwave. And then it broke and he tried to fix it. And I said, hey, it's a sealed unit. Be careful. Woo.
Thank you, Paul.
88 to 91 FM.
22 to 5.
BBC Radio 2.
What about a 1-minute carol? Beautiful.
Joe Wiley gets in the mood for Christmas.
Join us for 2 festive spectaculars. On Thursday night, we have a Doctor Who special with Peter Capaldi, Matt Lucas, Pearl Mackie, David Bradley, and one of the writers responsible for regenerating the whole franchise, Stephen Moffat.
It's thrilling and exhausting, and so many people love it so much.
And on the night before, it's all over to the Maida Vale Studios for Christmas Knees Up with Robert Webb, Alex James, and playing live, Tom O'Dell, Gabrielle Aplin, and Chaz and Dave.
You must listen or you will be exterminated.
Joe Wiley's Christmas specials.
Wednesday and Thursday night from 8.
BBC Radio 2.
We're hiding behind the sofa here. 20 to 5, here comes the aforementioned Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. With apologies for the sound quality.
This is Kevin. Dwayne is here.
Dwayne is here. I'm here. Now we can really
do it.
We need him.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart are somewhere. Where are you guys today?
Yes, we're in a hotel and we are sitting with your amazing team right now who told us that they have a job to do.
Yeah.
And they said, sit down and sit in these chairs and shut your mouths.
Well, they said that to Kevin because they need to talk to him like that.
They definitely
For
said me,
they were like, hey, where are you from?
Much more
you look nice. You smell good. You want to go for a drink later?
Yeah, they told me, shut up and sit your little behind in that chair.
Yes.
Excuse me, can I get a question in now? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a global box office powerhouse whose movies have earned more than $2 billion around the globe, including,
it's actually six.
7 billion. Baywatch, Scorpion King, Fast and Furious film. And Kevin Hart is one of the foremost comedians, entertainers, and movie stars today. And you can also add New York Times best-selling author to that list, yeah? Round of applause for that, yeah?
Hey.
Yes. I feel like you had a lot more to say for Dwayne. You could have kept going with mine. I'm not sure if you guys have my whole resume there.
I think they do, Kevin. You guys do.
Left out a lot of stuff.
You got it. It's all written. It's about half a page.
I don't blame you. I blame the people in this room.
Black Mama!
Black Mamba.
Okay, trust one another and never blink. Never blink.
You guys, I think it's a staring contest.
What are you talking about?
Think about it. Never blink.
Guys, who's good at staring and not blinking?
I'm amazing at it.
Then this is your moment.
I'll pick it up then. Together, Dwayne and Kevin are probably the hottest movie double act around, and now they're back on the big screen from this Wednesday in Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle. So in this new adventure, 4 unlikely teenage friends, Spencer, Bethany, Fridge and Martha, well, I mean, you pick it up from there, Dwayne or Kevin, sucked into the world of Jumanji.
Yeah, we're teenagers who got in trouble in detention. Through the magical elements that you always find in the world of Jumanji, we get sucked into the game, and this time around, the evolution of the board game, as it was years ago with Robin Williams, has turned into a video game. And we get sucked into the world of Jumanji. There's a curse, then we have to lift the curse. And of course, there's a bad guy, and the bad guy does a lot of bad things. The best thing about it is we made a really big, fun movie.
And you're not quite...
Fortunately, what's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No.
Kevin, I was trying to get you in on it.
He doesn't need to talk.
Well, as you can see, we're a little long-winded.
Guys, don't encourage him.
I was going to say, Kevin, of course, you're not quite all yourselves, are you? And then you were going to say...
Well, you know what? We're not. And I'm going to show you how to give a precise answer and not take up all the air. We're actually playing high school kids trapped in these avatar bodies.
Yeah.
And the avatar bodies are the complete opposite of the personalities of the high school kids. And that's where we got to have a lot of fun. You know what I mean? And the adventure that we take the audience on in this continuation of Jumanji is unreal, because in this case, we're going inside the game, whereas before the game came to you. My big bald friend over here, who actually is a producer on the film, you know, he made sure that we did it right. We paid homage to the late Robin Williams in a very classy way, and those are added elements that are only going to raise the quality of our film.
Please keep talking about me.
Well, that wasn't about you. I gave one little. There was
please
one
keep
little
talking
piece
about me, though. I like that part at the end.
So we're back to taking up the air.
Everything was
We're
good
back
until all that
to
other
not
stuff
leaving
you were
no
saying at the
air
beginning.
for anybody else. You see what I deal with? This is what I deal with.
I deal with that kind of thing here, believe me.
Excuse me, I haven't said a word the whole interview yet. Whose idea was it to take this film on from the original, from 1996? Was it your idea or somebody close to you?
The idea of trying to recreate Jumanji has kind of been in the ether of Hollywood for a little while now. The thing was just trying to find the right creative device that made it fresh for today's audience and today's generation. And finally, once the idea was cracked that we get sucked into a video game and then we're all teenagers, then everything took off really like lightning. I read it, Kevin read it, Jack Black came on board, Karen Gillan, Nick Jonas. Everything came together in a really great way.
Talking to, in a slightly distorted way, Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. Back with more in just a moment. Don't go away.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park in the meantime. South of the river you stop and you hold everything. The band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. Feel alright when you hear the music play. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain to hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places, but the horns blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south, London town. Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. Mine is strictly rhythm. He doesn't want to make it cry or sing. They said an old guitar is all he can afford. When he gets up under the lights, play his thing. And Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. Java, he's doing alright. He can play the honky tonk like anything, saving it up for Friday night with the Sultans, with the Sultans of swing.
With Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart talking about Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. And before we get back to them, here's a clip.
Who is she?
Martha?
Why am I wearing half a shirt and short shorts in the jungle?
I think we got sucked into Jumanji and we become the avatars we chose.
So that means...
Bethany?
Oh, wait, Bethany, don't look at it!
Now, what about Karen Gillan? She plays a good American, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's phenomenal. That was one of the fun things about the cast. She's so incredibly talented and coming out of Scotland, and she's amazing in the movie. And it's really nice to see her career really taking off and turn the corner. Of course, she's a writer, director now. She just completed her first film as a writer and director. She's also, of course, in Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. And
absolutely.
She's in Jumanji, and she hates Kevin Hart.
She doesn't hate him.
She absolutely adores me.
I don't know.
And actually loved me the most. Like, while we were filming, there were moments where she was like, I'm so glad Kevin is in this movie to save it.
She didn't tell me that.
Is what she said.
We had a different conversation
There
in the
was
trailer.
moments where she was like, oh, God,
I
so
think
happy Kevin's here.
Kevin, the thing about you is you're very, very lovable, right?
Yes, I'm like one of the nicest guys.
Well,
Here's the thing. Those bigger guys are very threatening.
You love him like diarrhea, I think.
You know.
I'm sorry, lady.
There's an image there.
So listen, here we are, Monday, 18th of December. What are you guys going to be doing for Christmas? Kev, what are you going to be doing?
I'm doing what makes me most happy, which is spending the holidays with my family. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, just low level, just that time, that quality time is enough for me. It's my newborn son's first Christmas, so we're going to make it a special one.
Oh, great.
Very nice.
I had it in my mind that you lived in Atlanta, but you probably live in Los Angeles or something like that, right?
Yes, I do live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of time in Atlanta.
Yeah. What are you going to be doing, Dwayne?
I'm going to...
by himself?
Yeah, I'm going to be by myself. I'm going to be wallowing in my lonesomeness and with me and all my friends, which are going to be completely alone.
A little glass of bourbon, that's it, really.
Yeah, and me and Netflix. And we have a great time over Christmas, and we're going to watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Him and a box of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah,
and then cry.
And then I'm going to cry, yes.
A tree with no ornaments, a tree with no decorations or anything.
Yeah. You can see Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart in Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, rated 12A in cinemas from this Wednesday. Wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Good luck with the film. You don't need it. It's brilliant. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, guys. Amazing.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
a dozen times, then disappears, not a trace left behind. The thrower turns and walks away, a change of mind. Another start, a brand new day. You know I'll change if change is what you require. Your every wish, your every dream, hope, desire. Here comes the mirror man, says he's a people fan. Here comes the mirror man, and if it seems I'm not the one you used to know, our little friendship left behind not long ago. Don't feel too hurt, as distance heals the strongest pain. Things are much better now, and just the nagging doubt remains. You know I'll change if change is what you require. Your every wish, your every dream, hope, desire. Here comes the mirror man, says he's a people fan. Here comes the mirror man. Here comes the mirror man, says he's a people fan. Here comes the mirror man. Here comes the mirror man, says he's a people fan. Here comes the mirror man.
That's Human League and Mirror Man. In news from the netenemy.com says Stormzy, Ed Sheeran and Sam Smith to perform at the Brit Awards. No, not yet. What's the matter with you? At the Brit Awards. Thank you very much. Yes, at the Brit Awards 2018, along with Dua Lipa, they're the first names to be announced to perform at the awards ceremony on the 21st of February 2018. Don't do that again. BirminghamMail.com says Eddie Redmayne to read CBeebies Christmas Day bedtime story. He'll read the book If I Had a Dinosaur, and then Emma Watson will read Lost for Words by Natalie Russell on Boxing Day. All right, now it's 5 to 5, and here is Bobby.
Thanks, Steve. First of all, problems for the A64. They're new ones now. The Staxton Bank accident has cleared, but eastbound A64 at Merton, we've got an accident between the York Outer Ring Road, the Hopgrove roundabout, and the A169, which is Town Street. So one lane is shut there, but you can get through. A64 westbound, Whitwell on the Hill. So between Scarborough towards York, the westbound route is closed completely between Cliff Lane and Foston Lane. The A69 Northumberland eastbound at Hayden Bridge is blocked completely. There's an accident between the A686 and the B6531. Police are there. So eastbound A69 is blocked at Hayden Bridge. Problems for the A1 continue on the northbound side. Now, the A1 is still closed between the Grantham North turnoff, that's also the Barrowby turnoff, and the Long Bennington South turnoff. The queues are back towards Melton Mowbray. Southbound, there's also one lane shut as well. The A14 eastbound, accident still there, 56 to 57 towards the Nacton interchange. One lane is shut. M1 on the southbound side, that lorry that broke down 10 to 9 is gone, but it's still heavy. And the M40 southbound on the entry slip road, the bump at 3 for High Wycombe has now been cleared. And just finally, some good news, the M2 coastbound at Junction 5, the A249 exit slip has reopened. Back with more just after the news with Simon.
Hang on.
Steve Wright in the afternoon.
madness in our eyes. We're too blind to realize just what we've done. Just what we've done. I feel it taking hold. I feel it rush in my bones for you. I think we're caught in a fight. Can we make it alright? With all these shadows on our backs, how can we take it back? And how can we love with our hearts on fire? Is this enough, or are we just burning ashes to dust like a funeral pyre? Can we love with our hearts on fire? How can we love with our hearts on fire? Alone between the sheets, down on these dirty streets, I lost my soul. I lost my soul. Such a losing game again, between angels and demons, and I feel cold. I feel cold. I think we're caught in a fight. Can we make it alright? With all these shadows on our backs, how can we take it back? Oh, how can we love with our hearts on fire? Is this enough, or are we just burning ashes to dust like a funeral pyre? Can we love with our hearts on fire?
That's Gavin James and Hearts on Fire. Gotta go. Simon with Neil Fitzpatrick after 5. Might see you for the Rick Astley, Chris Evans Radio 2 Children in Need gig tonight in Camden in London, if not tomorrow, of course, at 2 p.m. with Rebel Wilson, Brian Cranston and Xander Armstrong. Good evening.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. A report has found evidence of institutional racism in the case of a refugee who was murdered in Bristol. A former nurse has been appointed as the Bishop of London, making her the most senior female member of the clergy in the history of the Church of England. And Theresa May has condemned the abuse of MPs over Brexit. Avon and Somerset Police and Bristol City Council have said they accept the findings of a report which accuses them of institutional racism. The Safer Bristol Partnership found officers and officials repeatedly sided with the abusers of Bijan Ebrahimi. The disabled Iranian refugee made numerous complaints about racist abuse and victimisation before he was beaten to death by a neighbour in 2013. The Mayor of Bristol, Marvin Rees, apologised to Mr Ebrahimi's family.
Clearly lessons should have been learned. And I speak here as a black man who grew up in my own city, and I'm horrified by what's happened here to Bijan. And I've met his sisters and made the personal apologies for what happened in this city. He was absolutely failed.
A senior Lebanese security source has told the BBC that a man arrested on suspicion of killing a British embassy worker in Beirut was working as an Uber driver. Rebecca Dykes was strangled after a night out with colleagues on Friday. The suspect is understood to have served several prison sentences. The first woman to be appointed as Bishop of London has called on the Church of England to recruit more female and ethnic minority priests so it can become more relevant to local communities. The Right Reverend Sarah Mullally, who's currently the Bishop of Crediton in Devon, will hold the third most senior role in the church when she takes up her new post next year. She said it was a huge honour, if slightly terrifying, to be appointed the 133rd Bishop of London.
It was a surprise, but actually I'm really delighted. I've lived and worked in London for 32 years, so there is a sense of returning to London. I am the bishop I am because I'm both a nurse, I was the government's chief nursing officer, and a parish priest, and there is a sense in which I bring all of those to this role.
2 people have died following a fire at a 5-star hotel on the banks of Loch Lomond. Police say the Cameron House Hotel near Balloch has been extensively damaged. Theresa May has told the House of Commons there's no place for threats of violence and intimidation against MPs. The Prime Minister was updating Parliament on the UK's withdrawal from the EU less than a week after several Conservative MPs received abusive emails for voting against the government's Brexit bill. Speaking after talks with senior cabinet ministers, Mrs May said the government was well on the way to delivering a smooth and orderly Brexit, but she warned that threats to MPs would not be tolerated.
We are dealing with questions of great significance to our country's future. So it is natural that there are many strongly held views on all sides of this chamber. And it is right and proper that we should debate them and do so with all the passion and conviction that makes our democracy what it is. But there can never be a place for the threats of violence and intimidation against some members that we have seen in recent days. Our politics must be better than that.
A man's been arrested following an incident at an RAF base in Suffolk, which is used by the US Air Force. Reports suggest he tried to ram the gates of RAF Mildenhall with a vehicle. Police say shots were fired by American service personnel as the suspect was detained. He suffered cuts and bruises. Inspectors say Liverpool prison has the worst living conditions they've ever seen. A leaked report seen by the BBC says vermin are rife, while former inmates describe pools of urine in cells because of blocked toilets. Here's our correspondent Michael Buchanan.
This highly critical report highlights what it says is an abject failure by Liverpool Prison and the Ministry of Justice to provide the 1,100 inmates with a safe or decent environment. During a visit in September, inspectors found the jail was infested with rats and cockroaches. There were also broken windows and blocked toilets. One area was so dirty it could not be cleaned. Prisoners were locked up for more than 22 hours a day, and inmates said drugs were easy to obtain. The Ministry of Justice said it didn't comment on leaked documents.
Police in Sheffield have arrested a 15-year-old boy after a school in the city was evacuated in response to a bomb threat. Officers say a prolonged search of Burley Academy failed to find a device. The teenager is being questioned on suspicion of malicious communications. The woman whose anti-Islam videos were retweeted by Donald Trump has been suspended from Twitter. Jada Franson is the deputy leader of the far-right group Britain First, which has also been barred from the site. Twitter says it's revised its rules on hate speech. President Trump's retweets almost sparked a diplomatic incident when he was rebuked by Theresa May last month. In the city, the 100 share index closed up 46 points at 7,537. And the weather, most parts will be dry, cold and foggy this evening and overnight, but it'll be cloudier, milder and windier in the north with some drizzle. Overnight lows of 6 Celsius in Edinburgh, 5 in Belfast, 2 in Cardiff and 1 Celsius in London. And that's the BBC News at 5:05.
Thank you, Catherine. This is nice. Thank you, Steve.
Mayo, Simon Mayo.
Classy production, huh?
Drive time's on and we're on our way home.
Right, well, that's Monday done. Slippery slope, really. Seasonal Muppet explosion, there's John. Christmas shopping done, there's Julia. Start of holiday, there's Bruce. All right for some Bruce.
Enjoy yourself.
Everyone else just keeping it going. Foot off gas, there's Steve. Well, maybe there's more. Foggy and Oldham. That's what Mark says. That's what Catherine just told us. Thai curry tonight. There's Peter. Well, Monday treat. Good heavens, it's drive time here at Radio 2. What you got there then? I've got a parcel all neatly wrapped up. You can have it early.